The Norwegian prison system stands in stark contrast to the UK and US. Instead of being given a few short weeks of training, officers are required to take an extensive 2-year course focused on human rights and moral obligations so they can compassionately interact with inmates throughout their incarceration period. They endeavor to help them find employment or proper housing after release, as well as maintain contact with family members for continued support upon leaving jail. When compared to the barbed wire cages and cramped cells of most American prisons, Halden appears almost like a foreign country. Its bright decorum, unrestrained movement capabilities, and peaceful environment all completely contradict what you would expect from an imprisonment facility. But it's so much more than that. Its architecture is truly reflective of Norway's entire viewpoint on forgiveness versus punishment in corrections systems. At this remarkable prison, designed by Erik Møller architects and nestled amid lush greenery, prisoners have the rare opportunity to glimpse nature from their windows. Its interior is starkly different than what one might expect of a typical American prison. Instead of metal doors that let little light in, there are wooden doors with door handles and inviting windowsills, which let in natural sunlight. In Norway, even the harshest criminals are afforded a chance of redemption. With no death penalty and maximum sentences capped at 21 years, prisoners in Norwegian institutions such as Halden strive to reintegrate into society after their imprisonment, with help from rehabilitation programs focused on preparing them for life outside prison walls. Contrast to the high-security prison approach of static security, where inmates are monitored and separated from one another, correctional service emphasizes a philosophy of dynamic security, which acknowledges that interpersonal relationships between staff and inmates are paramount in maintaining safety. This alternative method promotes communication as opposed to physical restrictions like cameras or shackles. To do this, small and uncomfortable guard stations were intentionally designed to motivate officers to join inmates in their daily activities, such as socializing over tea or meals. Monitoring via video cameras is still utilized across the prison grounds, but trust levels are increased by allowing prisoners in supervised movement around certain areas without surveillance, giving them room for personal growth. The inmates have the opportunity to act out, but somehow they choose not to. In 5 years, the isolation cell furnished with a limb-restraining bed has never been used. If you're interested in knowing more, stay tuned as we uncover what rules the inmates need to follow at Halden's maximum security prison and what happens to the inmates once they're released. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to like, subscribe, and let us know what you think of Norway's Halden prison in the comments below.